Welcome back, guys, to another Warpath video. Today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about how you, especially you free-to-play players, can benefit from Percy, what her main skill is. And you might say, like, how do I max her out? Well, the benefit of this particular officer is that the statutes that you need to max her out are gained by having a single officer go all the way to level 60. As you begin to progress all the way to level 60, you will receive in your daily missions her statutes so that you can max her out. So she is an awesome officer, and I'll show you why here in a second. So if you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Also consider joining my Triple G Gaming Squad. It's relatively cheap, but cool emojis and some other stuff in the stream. So if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. Let's get started, guys. Now, all right, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about Percy. Now, I talk about Percy because overall, as an officer, has a lot of benefits, right? Wilhelm, or Guardian of Truth, we know, has to be fully purchased out of the VIP. So if you're a person that does not want to spend money on the game, then that is totally out of the question for you, right? I mean, you're not going to get that. And statutes are very hard to come by if you're not spending a lot of money at first to get high VIP levels so that you can get daily statutes. And or buying them outright, whether it be through the wheel or through the VIP shop, you know, once you get down into, 13, 14, and 15. So yeah, it's very hard to max out an officer, especially as a free-to-play. But a lot of you guys, if you guys spend a lot of your time grinding away with the officer XP and stuff like that. And yes, I understand you can pay for them and get much faster. That is very true. But for a moderate spender or a low spender, you can also get those XPs out of the VIP store, and it could definitely benefit you. You could also find them in the black market and many other places to use one officer and max them out. What do I mean by that? Well, we might think that all of the officers should be leveled up equally, right? So we have all these officers in our lineup and we want to level them up equally because we need to be powerful with all of the officers. However, I would encourage all of you guys, especially, a 1 month or 2 month into the game, to just pick one officer, a single one, guys, a single officer, bring that officer all the way up to level 60. Yes, the grind is very long, and I wouldn't say it's too long, but it is kind of long, and it is an investment. But what you do get is that as you begin to level up this officer, every level that you go in the daily missions, you are going to receive sculptures, I think 30 or something like that, each one, 30 or 40. You get these statutes for Percy, and you can level her up on all of her skills. So you don't have to worry about saving up, buying them, using universals and such like that, or even winning an event like when you have the daily arms race, or you have like the grand showdowns and, glorious reigns and all these different things, right? You have to win them to be able to get a crap ton of statutes to be able to level up an officer. You don't need that. Simply by leveling up one officer to level 60, you can get Percy. Now, what does Percy benefit? Okay, let's get to the point. Percy has a lot of benefit because most of her skills are very, very good. Look at this. So we have a coefficient damage of 1200. That means that when the officer skill goes all the way up and it fires off, right, which takes you roughly about 4 or 5 seconds for it to do that. When it fires off, you're going to have a coefficient damage of 1200. But then it says troops have this extra firepower for plus 8% for 8 seconds, right? Now, that's good. I mean, I like more firepower, and 8 seconds is a good duration. However, when you max Percy out, look at what it says. When you max her out, it says that troops and allied troops within 2 map grids gain firepower. Whoa, now that's interesting. That could help other troops to get firepower. Now that could be good, right? I mean, because she's not explicitly an artillery commander, but she could help out artillery with firepower. Interesting, interesting. The other thing is here, her passive skill. Passive skill means this is just happening all the time, guys. All right? Look at this. 25% damage gain when garrisoned. So that means in your base. So if you put Percy on an artillery unit, right, and she's garrisoned and you're defending, that's 25% troop damage. That's a nice buff. That's a decent buff. That first one's good when it totally has the skill unlocked with all of these. That's definitely a killer. This is a mighty good one. The next one, durability, 20%. Pretty average, but I mean, that's good durability. You're not really going to need that too much when you're garrisoned, but definitely going to be good on the field. And the last one is blast damage resistance. This is great. 50% because like if you use her for anything that you're going up against the base or something, like against rockets or artillery or something, like getting that splash damage, you're definitely going to want to deal with that, right, guys? So all four of these skills, very, very decent. The unlock skill, great for this. And I'm going to show you guys a replication of what I did, just so you guys can kind of see what happened. All right, guys. So let's jump into this video. It was made. So here we have just the overall bunker, right? And let's start the video. Now in this, we're gonna utilize this. So specifically here, let me go back. Sorry, I was trying to stop it in time. So what happened right here? We're going to take the super heavy, right? This super heavy, and we're gonna push it towards the troop, so that way you can see the damage straight from the artillery unit. Now the artillery unit has Percy on it. Okay, so now let's watch. Watch as her skill goes up, and it fires off. Now watch. Did you see that? So her skill fires off right there. It goes all the way up. And after it fires off, it creates this ring that went out 2 map grids all the way here, and it starts affecting the other units around it. So now the super heavy is getting a buff. You can see that by the gun symbol right here, right? How do I know that? Well, because that is the max skill replication from hers, just like Wilhelm has like a little defense thing. There's like 3 little slashes, whatever you want to call it. I don't know the exact terminology, but nevertheless, the skill's being applied here, right? So you can clearly see how this is going. Now look how fast that thing went down after that. After the skill's used, it's literally like one shot and foul, it's gone. Okay, now let's go back to this. So the max skill of Percy is the guns, but the max skill of Spanner is this right here. Let's see if I can get it to pop up. That right there. Do you see that? That is the max. The skill isn't being utilized anymore. The skill of Spanner, which was maxed in this case, is this little symbol right here. And so because of it, that's his symbol. And you can see the buffs kind of being applied here. And the overall outcome is a huge buff for both of these units. Look at that. I mean, boom, boom, boom. As soon as that skill fires off, it's like everything starts getting decimated. Why? Because you literally have +8 on the firepower, +8%, which is great. That's a great bonus. So my point, guys, is that Percy can bring a lot of benefit on the field, especially with artillery and her max skill. And it's not something that you have to spend a crap ton of money for, guys. Okay, that's my whole point. For free to play, Percy is a great officer. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoy the video. Leave a comment down below. Till next time, guys. Peace.